Alright, so I just bought this bumper for my wife for Christmas, and it's made by Iowa, AAIWA, and it's just a cheapo off of Amazon, and we're going to try to slap it on the Jeep today. And if you ever got a boot stuck down in your engine, you can pull it out with a coat hanger. First thing we're going to have to do is get this bumper off, the plastic bumper, and then I got to take the this U-Haul receiver off, and then I also have to take this tow hook off. I think I'm going to try to put it back on, but I'll get this old new bumper bolted on, and then we'll test fit it and see if it can get on. But I'd like to keep that if I can, just for an extra tow point. This does have the D-shackles, place to put the shackles on, but it's only 5/16 steel, and I'd rather tow something heavy with that instead of risking bending this bumper. Alright, so this is the back side of the bumper. These two holes are going to end up mounting to where the old bumper was on the outside of the frame. And then there's also 4 bolt holes right by the tow receiver that are going to take the place of these 4 bolts that this receiver is attached to. So got to take these bolts off. There's 2 bolts here, and then there's another bolt here, the 4 for the receiver, another bolt right there, and then the 2 on the other side, and then I think there's 2 for the tow hook. So we'll get this off here. Yeah, this will pop right out.
Does it? Okay. There you go.
Yep.
Can you get that one on?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just a little bit of
Alright, so this is the back frame, and these are the plates that they sent, and they got the nuts right on them, and they're going to slide in there. We'll use these holes right here. That's that plate in the back there, and I'll just bolt right to that. I don't think I'm going to dry fit it, but I might drill out for that and the bottom one so that I can get this hook back up in there.
if it'll fit.
But we'll see how it goes. For the hitch, it's not that thick. Those 4 holes, they sent a back plate for that. Will go on the back, like the washer or whatever. And then holes are already in there for the bolts to go through.
It is bright.
I'm ready.
Are you clear? Too pushy?
Hey, think it.
Base here.
About 1/4 of an inch there. That looks pretty even to me, buddy. This side looks like it might need to go up just a hair.
Yeah, it's a little lower over here.
I'll tell you what, Ryan, that's pretty darn close.
Alright, so what we did is we got these bolts loose just on there to hold the bumper while we put these 4 in. Got these 4 in and tightened these outside to where this gap sucked the bumper in to be flush against this piece of the frame on the outside bolts. And then we made sure everything was straight and level, and now we're just going to go through and tighten everything up now that we're level, and then we'll check it for square again when we're done tightening all this stuff up. And make it
What's gonna? Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to put that hook
Nope.
back on. Oh well.
You put it on your Jeep.
It's worth a try.
Right, I had no idea.
Yeah, you can
That'll
always
work.
save it for your Jeep.
I'm not gonna be able to get this hook back on here because of where the nut on the back of this bracket is, the one that we slid in, was right in the way for that plate to go on. Yeah, it doesn't look that cool.
No.
I think we'll be all right with the shackles
I think it looks better without it.
once we get that thing tightened up. But that nut right there was right in the way of where this bracket would have went. So I'd have had to notch this bracket out and a whole bunch of work that I don't want to have to do. So we'll tighten up these last couple bolts and make sure she's level and throw the shackles on. Other than that, I think it looks pretty good. All right, so I got an issue. The tire is hitting. You can see that. It won't let the door close. So what I'm going to try to do is take the lug nuts off, put some washers or something to space that out a little bit back there, and see if we can get the tire sticking off far enough to close. So might work okay with a stock tire, but she's got 315 70-17s on it, so they're a little bit bigger, a little bit wider. That's probably why that's hitting back there, the bigger tires, but we'll make it work. All right, so I found these nuts. I'm gonna see if I can put the tire on top of those, and that'll space it out far enough to where it won't hit on the bottom. Okay, so here's what I ended up with. As you can see, there's a couple of washers back there that stands this whole bracket out, maybe a 1/4 of an inch. And then I wasn't real happy with having these nuts on all 3 of these. There wasn't quite enough threads on these top 2, are a little bit shorter than the bottom one. So what I ended up doing is putting a stack of washers that's a little bit thinner than the nut that I'm using for a standoff. That way when the tire goes on here, it bottoms out on the light bracket, and then I end up with about 1/8 of an inch of space down there at the bottom. So I'll throw the tire on real quick and show you once it's all put together. Just a perfect amount of gap between the tire and the bumper, and it's just exactly where it was on the top against this bracket here. So works good, opens and closes just fine. Well, there you have it, folks.
Overall, it's pretty easy installation.
Hey, thanks for watching me install this brand new bumper on the Jeep. If you like Jeep videos, I got a couple. Go ahead and check out my channel. Give me a subscribe if you like cool DIYs, and we'll see you on the next one.